Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and we're announcing another contest! Woohoo!
Woohoo!
So, stay tuned, and let's check it out! Alright, I am joined here with our Missy Goods Chant.
Heyo.
And we're going to talk about this new contest. So if you guys saw my World's Fair review video, it was kind of obvious that we're going to do a contest. So we went right into making it right after. So Chant helped me come up with all the rules and the stuff. And she made this lovely image, as you guys can see here. Well, she made the thing. I made the image. I put most of the work into this.
Technically, I took the screenshots. So, just built it. So.
Just kidding. She did an awesome job here. So yeah, let's talk about it. Channel 5 Gaming's newest contest will feature shops and facilities with a World's Fair spin. This contest is similar to last year's shop brand, and that is different than this. Well, yeah, was it this year's? This year's Planko shop contest. Last year, people seemed to really like the shop brand because we really gave you a lot of freedom, whereas the one we did this year was mascots. So we're going back to the old ways. Our first requirement is that you must pick a World's Fair DLC food shop. So you have the following 10 shops to use: Burrito Bonanza, Chow Mein Chow, Churria del Sol, Dune Delights. Oh, this Gelateria.
That sounds terrible.
Gelateria. I can't say it. Demaria. Chant, read this one.
Gelateria di Maria.
All right, sounded better.
All right.
Heya sushi. Someone's gotta make me a Heyo sushi with my big stupid face. There. Heyo.
Hey Johnny, do you like sushi?
No. Yeah, I do. Why did I jump to no almost immediately? I love sushi, yeah. Just Ribbon, Levine, Sip.
No.
No?
Try it again.
No, I'm not trying it again. I got it wrong the first time. How am I going to do any better?
Lou.
Yeah. Vin.
Lou Van.
Van. There's no Van.
It's 20 and then
Van.
Sip.
All right.
I could be butchering it, but not as much as you.
I am Professor Worst.
Yes.
Okay, and Sugar Emporium. Sugar-y Emporium. Wow, I think I got one right, so hopefully you guys do a better job at creating these things than I do saying them. Please do not use the restaurant expansion boxes, that box thing. Yeah, don't use that. We want to thoroughly recognize the brand. Oh, you could recreate the vision of said brand. Oh, there needs to be an or here. Sorry, work in progress, or anything from your imagination, or recreation of something existing. So essentially, you could do this. We got the Chow Mein Chow. That's what Chant did. She basically accentuated Chow Mein Chow. She turned it into a food cart and had noodle box at the top and used the oriental building set pieces. It's Chow Mein Chow. She went with that. She could have created something out of her imagination, such as the noodle box. Oh, no, that's actually a recreation. That's something that exists.
I'm calling mine like the noodle cart or something. Or, yeah.
But it says Chow Mein Chow on the side, so you're using the branding. Anyways, you have those three options. So if there's something out there, like we have some examples here. So Chow Mein Chow is the noodle box, so that would be a recreation of the noodle box in real life. Or Panda Express, brought to you by Chant. And Just Ribbon is now Mike's Steakhouse.
Or Famous Dave's.
Or Famous Dave's. She deleted Famous Dave's.
Because he already put that.
Fine. Sugar Emporium is now Cupcake Countess's Sweet Treats. So you could, if you wanted to, you could take one of your favorite characters or themes from Candyland and maybe make a shop here. I don't know. Churria del Sol is now Professor... What? No, I think you didn't finish this one.
Oh, no. I think you're right.
You had an idea for that, and you didn't quite finish it.
Oh, and then just delete that. That never happened.
Okay. Because it's like now Professor Worst Sausage Sanitarium. So yeah, I came up with this, Professor Worst Sausage Sanitarium. I don't know. You can get wacky, come up with your own ideas, or you can just make Mike's Steakhouse or your favorite restaurant, so long as it matches one of the 10 things that they're selling, right? Mm-hmm. Any and all building kits are allowed. Anything from the new DLC is also the old, such as the Western, Sci-Fi, Fantasy, Festive, Adventure, Planko, and now the Asian, Victorian, Retro, Diner, Roman, Classical, Adobe, Mexico, etc., etc. So all the new stuff and the old, whatever you want, you can do it. The only thing we're restricting is the DLC shops, which means you have to own the DLC to do this contest, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We are done with the old shops. Moving on up. We want these shops to be fairly big and include some sort of an interior. I don't know if they need to be fairly big, but yours isn't too small either. But anyways, they could be kind of quaint. You don't need to overdo it to a point where you are decorating a giant 4-story box. We simply want some sort of interaction of guests going in and out of your restaurant or shop. Having some indoor and even outdoor areas will allow your subscribers to take advantage of picnic tables, so your shops will have a lively vibe about them. You must pick and use one type of shop only. So we don't want a noodle shop that also sells sushi. Does that make sense? We don't want a Mr. Mike's Steakhouse that also sells burritos or churros. So it has to be just one. But you can pad the restaurant with additional shops or vending machines of the same brand. So you can have a steak vending machine at a steakhouse, I guess, if you really wanted to. Bathrooms and ATMs are also acceptable as additions. So that's cool. A few tips before you guys get started. You can excel at making setup easy for subscribers who are building with a square grid fill system, then use barriers to force the guests to walk around things. This is good if you have like 2 paths in between a wall. Boom, slap a barrier in between and it'll force them to go around. Things like that. So you can work in smaller areas easily. You can build, I recommend this one, and it's something that was discussed a lot in the last contest. So I recommend you guys build fake or real tables as setup guides. Have them grouped for easy deletion. So we usually get volunteers to set up these scenes for us and we go judge them. If you've built your own custom tables or placeholder tables, we can at least get the idea of, oh, this is where all the tables would go. And if the volunteer is up to it, they can place the tables. So think about that, right? That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have the official video, which you're watching now, and we'll put some links to last year's shop contest as well. Yeah, last year's shop contest. All the branding, so you can get a refresher on who did the best and who won and all that stuff. I'll put all those links down below. This contest will run from Wednesday. I mean, depending on when you guys are watching this, it's probably Tuesday or early Wednesday, October 17th until October 27th. You have 10 days-ish, right? A week and a half-ish. So judging will take place the day after-ish. We'll have a day for setup, and Monday we'll judge them. It'll be cool. So we'll have top 3 winners of each category bracket. First, we'll receive a game from the prize list. And we'll show you guys chance in a second too here. The rules, we basically went over all the rules. You can give that a closer read, right? It's all pretty straightforward with all the old stuff. We are going to allow fireworks this time, but you have to set it to an automatic trigger cycle, and don't give us a show that takes us 3 minutes to watch. It's just if you have something that accentuates your build by putting special effects and fireworks in, that's cool. We're not doing the billboards thing because we don't want to download images, and the point of this contest is to push your creativity, not just download pictures. All the basic stuff, and yeah, then judges may not participate. Wah, wah, wah. And it'll probably be the Hot Dog Squad, the Missy Goods, and myself. So that'll be the judges panel. So our scoring, 5 points for artistry. That's your level of detail, your art polish. A quick example of that, like if we remove the noodles from this and the chow mein sign, suddenly it just becomes an oriental wagon, right? What things can Chant do to accentuate the fact that this is actually a noodle shop, right? So she's still working on it right now. And yeah, so adding the noodle signs, that helped her branding. That's the difference between branding and artistry. Her artistry was exceptional, but there was no branding if we removed the noodles and stuff. So how well did you sell the brand of your shop? Does the branding fit the type of shop? Why would you put noodles on a sushi shop? Why would you put a steak on a churro shop? Yeah, you get it. Did you build fun accessories based on your shop style? So you could use all the new cool assets that came with the game, the props, or you could build your own. You could build your own mascot, like maybe for Professor Worst is now a balloon. I don't know. Sorry. Building interior, did you make an interior? Was it pretty? Was it extravagant? And a small area can be extravagant. So you could have what Chan was saying, well, what if it's like a 1x1 interior thing and it's tiny? Well, you can fill it up with lots of knickknacks. We've seen people do that. So just letting you guys know, you can go small and still be okay as long as you jazz it up. Signage and labeling, do you have a sign? Did you make a nice sign? Did you make an amazing custom sign, like custom font and all the pretty words and basic shapes, and then maybe you have noodles wrapping around it? I don't know. Crazy stuff. Lighting, you didn't put much effort into it, you have it, and you put a lot of thought into it, max 2 points. For all that adds up to a total of 18 points per judge for a total of 90 points, and we'll have a submission floss coming soon. And I have a big list of games. Let's click on that. Oh, what? Boom. Here's our list of games, everyone. You can pause it if you want to look at these better, but they go down and down. There's some pretty good ones in here. A lot of good ones. I mean, there's a lot of games. 290 games. Boom. All right. So, very cool. So, you guys have a week and a half to do it. Let's go take a look at Chant's screen. Talk about it a little bit more. Chant's screen right here. It's a little fuzzy on Discord, but so she's working on this. You converted your creation today into a shop.
I did.
Talk us through it. Oh, I like the noodles going through his mouth.
Yeah, sorry, it's lagging. chewing on some noodles.
And that guy needs a noodle whip. Hurry up.
Yup. Not much to talk about. This has a really small interior.
And I put her on the spot, guys. She was literally building this as I was making the farm. So
yeah, this was 30 minutes of making it into a restaurant or a...
So the interior here, you could still put some shelves in here. I've seen you're amazing with those little micro details.
Yeah, I will definitely put...
You'll put like noodle boxes on the walls and stuff. If you zoom in past that door, I don't know why the door is closed because they can't access the shop, but it opens, right?
I closed it, yeah.
Right. So the noodle shop is back there. Boom. Yeah, and you can jazz up the inside, put some lights up in there, some things. And that fan, we didn't see that in the review. It's actually a billboard. That's pretty cool. So
yeah,
a little bonus for you guys there. And the big noodle box on top. You built a box over top of the noodle bowl. I like it.
It's a rough box.
Yeah, I got her to do that, and she did 30 seconds. Pretty good for 30 seconds. I like the tilt and the angle on it. But yeah, it looks like the noodle wagon, and that's what's important. Could you push that theming a little bit further? I think you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
some more noodles. Main focus is noodles, not just, this Oriental theme, which is beautiful.
And that is something to point out. Just because you guys make something Oriental does not count towards your branding. That counts towards your artistry. We can't just assume anything that's Asian is automatically noodles or sushi, right? There's plenty of American-style sushi and noodle shops and ramen and all sorts of different cultures, right? So that goes towards your artistry. It's once you start adding those elements of the noodle in, that's when you start building your branding up. So that's what she was working on last. She put the little noodle sign there. She's got one on the side. She's got noodles on top. She's putting noodles around the dragon's mouth right now. Maybe some noodles spilling out the back, some noodle boxes on the inside, and then boom, she's got her branding, right?
Yeah.
And this would probably be, I would say, one of the smallest shops we would expect to see. Right?
Yeah, this is really tiny. I would want probably for you guys to give yourself more of an interior to work with. I kind of shot myself in the foot with this one. But like I said,
the rules say as long as the guests are going in and out, and they will be stepping in and out of this shop, they'll be inside for a second. And then, it's quaint, it's petite, it has the entrance. So it still works. But I don't think a one-by-one shop could work because you wouldn't have an interior. I guess you could do a patio or an awning, but you're pushing it, right? So we want to we encourage you guys to try building big restaurants. They don't have to be massive, medium size. They can be small like this. You have plenty of options here. So, build to your heart's content and do what you want to do, but just make sure that artistry, that theming, and a little bit of interiors there. You guys know how to hit the points, check all the boxes, but you have a whole new set of tools to play with and toys to play with and things to think about, and that's what makes this contest more interesting. Anything to add, Chant?
Nope.
All right. I have a question to ask you. We got to pull up the list. What is your favorite restaurant out of the 10?
Probably the Sugar Emporium.
Sugar Emporium.
I think so.
And my favorite is going to be Professor Worst.
Yeah, Johnny Professor Worst.
Because I'm the worst.
Yeah, see, that's funny. Because, all right, never mind.
All right, so there you guys go. I hope you have fun with it, and we'll put up a little thing in Discord for you guys to share your creations and ideas. And if you're not a Discord member, information is down in the description below. I'll be definitely keeping an eye on Discord for all the new friend invites. You send me a message saying, hey, I want to join. I will give you a form to fill out. You fill that out, and then boom, we register and we get you in. I'll definitely be on top of that. Usually I let it sit for a couple days because I get a lot of messages daily, so they build up. It takes a couple days for me to get back to you. I'm gonna be on top of it if new members are trying to get in for this contest. I'll be checking it every morning for this time period. So be sure to come join us on Discord, and if you're already a member, go have fun.
Yep.
Okay. All right, everyone. Can't wait to see what you do, and we will see you in the next video. Bye now.
Bye.